Can I just tell you how annoyed I am?
Yes. How annoyed?
Hold on. Can I just tell you how annoyed I am?
Yes.
So annoyed.
Well,
We just did, like, I don't know, a good 10 minutes of a podcast.
I would say
Okay,
it's more like
6.
5.
5?
Yeah.
And it just all got deleted.
Yeah. That computer.
Stupid technology.
Stupid technology. Well, welcome to another episode of Bullshit.
Do I do it in the whole thing again? How my wife hates that, and
Yeah.
we need to start.
His wife, Amy, love you, Amy, does not like the part.
Yeah.
So I want to do a Wayne's World jingle instead. Bullshit, party time, conversation. Yeah, that's right.
No, nothing like that.
Yeah, it's
It's a
TBD.
blatant ripoff.
Oh, okay. So doing it to a Jonas Brothers song or Material Girl is not a blatant ripoff?
So I don't even remember how. I don't want to do this now.
Scott,
It's very, very upsetting.
get your head back in the game.
I can't.
Talk about deceptive ad practices.
We were going to talk about deceptive ad practices, but of course I got sidetracked and started talking about bicycles.
And psoriasis.
Yes. So in a nutshell, I'll tell you what we were talking about. I was riding my bike with my daughters the other day.
Yes.
You have a bike? Yes, I have a bike. I actually won it in that iHeart contest from last summer from Priority Bikes. Love that bike. And believe it or not, what were you going to do? Well, so my dermatologist is doing a bike-a-thon.
Yes.
Charity bike-a-thon. And I was like, I want to do a charity bike-a-thon, and it's out to the Hamptons. So how cool would that have been? But I didn't. It's for psoriasis.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize was such a big thing, but I guess a dermatologist would really care about psoriasis.
Yes.
I just thought it was a rash, put some cream on it, call it a day. But I mean, it's really a serious thing, and a lot of people
Yeah.
are affected by it. So it would have been really cool to raise money for psoriasis research. However, it was on May 1st, which was now a couple of days ago, right? Is that right?
Yes.
A couple days ago?
It's Cooper's birthday.
Oh, today's May 5th?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. But anyway, the
You have a
bike-a-thon...
docket of topics.
The bike-a-thon was canceled because of permitting issues. So I was very excited to do it, and now I'm just going to have to wait because hopefully it's going to be rescheduled.
Yeah, but I feel like you also don't want to ride your bike too late in the summer because, let me tell you something, a July bike ride just sounds like literal torture to me.
Well, no, it was going to be May, and now it's supposed to be September, which would be cool.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
Breezy. You get some of that breeze back.
Yeah, so look forward to sponsoring me for psoriasis. Even $1 would be great. If we have 80 listeners, that's $80. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do we have 80 listeners, Andrew?
Yeah, without a doubt.
All right, so back to deceptive advertising, because you've all experienced it, whether you get a phone call or an email or a text, or if you're riding your bike with your children and in the street you see this, $50. So, of course, me, I was like, $50. And I went, I picked it up. It was like, cool, but it was wrapped around a piece of paper and it had coupons on the back. That's such BS and very illegal,
Yeah.
I might add.
It is illegal, right?
Incredibly illegal. This is not even like a fake looking. This is an act. Hold on, you can see through it. This is not even like a fake looking $50 bill. They freaking copied it.
Yeah.
And put it on the front of a coupon thing for a junk company. See, now what I want to do, and I hate to be that guy, but I think I might be that guy.
Are you going to report them?
I'm going to call the Secret Service and I'm going to say, dude, this is not okay.
So the person who won't email cereal companies instead chooses to DM them suddenly has the number to Secret Service?
I'm going to reach out to them online.
Also, why the Secret Service?
Well, because they're the ones that investigate this.
Not the Federal Trade Commission?
No, this is not Federal Trade. This is Secret Service.
Why would Secret Service get involved?
Federal Trade would be deceptive advertising, but Secret Service would be counterfeit money. Do you remember? I don't think you were here. Many years ago, Greg T. photocopied a $5 bill on the color copy machine and went outside with it. He didn't try to spend it, but he took it outside and he was like, hey, blah, 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 whatever. And the Secret Service came to the radio station and sat him down in a room and had a conversation with him. Serious conversation. This was not a bit. And so it's very serious, but this is incredibly not okay.
What's funny to me is that, did you save that Secret Service person's phone number? Is that who you're going to call?
I might have the business card
I've
somewhere.
got a lead.
I might have the business card, but I don't want to be attached to it because I don't want this junk company on Long Island to be like, yeah, and they'll dump junk on my lawn.
Well, thank God that we are not on a podcast that people listen to and know you're Scotty B, and they're going to trace it back to this.
Yeah, but that's why I'm not going to say it.
Oh.
I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to say, hey, get your ish together.
You're not going to go full Karen?
No. Carl, I thought it was Carl.
I thought Chad.
Is it Chad?
I don't know. I
I
don't
thought
think
the
there is
male
a-
version of Karen was Carl.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh, okay. So what's up next on the docket, Andrew?
Well, you were about to bring something else. Cooper's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Cooper.
Yay!
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Feliz cumpleaños,
Feliz
Cooper.
cumpleaños, Cooper.
You know what that
who
means?
else it is?
Who?
Michelle.
Survivor Michelle?
Yes, Survivor
Really?
Michelle's
Did
birthday
I know
too.
that?
I don't know.
I did, because I think weren't they both in the same room at one point?
Maybe.
And she was like Cinco de Mayo birthday girl? Something like that.
Something, yeah, maybe.
But I've mentioned in previous podcasts that we had her born on May 5th on purpose.
And your other child is born on 11. It's
come
11/7.
Come on. What's 11/7? What does that have to do with anything? What would be the easiest 11 date?
11/11.
Very good, Andrew. Make
Yeah.
a wish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Veterans Day, always.
And Amy is the 8th, and you're the 6th.
Of?
August.
Very good.
And when's mine?
April 29th.
Still wrong.
April 30th.
There you go.
Yay! I was much, much
Like
closer
I said,
this
I
time.
know your children now, and
Yeah.
I know your wife, and
Sawyer?
I know you.
Sawyer?
Sometime in June.
Yeah, 15th. Very nice.
It's actually, that's a lie. You don't know it's June 15th.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Because the last time I brought up birthdays, you were like, it's sometime.
All right. What else you got to talk about today, Andrew? We're only 6 minutes in. Come on.
Here's a question.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't have anything prepared, or?
Well, we don't need to have things prepared. We're just doing this off the cuff. We're like two fly guys.
Okay. I do have to leave shortly. I have to pick up Ashley from school.
Did you watch Godzilla vs. King Kong?
Did not. It's not my thing.
Why?
Plus, it's also Kong, right?
Yeah.
I saw the billboard.
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
I'm not
It's
into
not
those.
so good. I take that back.
No.
It's a good, bad movie.
I'm not into those movies.
What kind of movies? What was the last movie you watched? Did you watch any of the Oscar contenders?
What was it called? Perfect Something Girl. She's a scorn woman.
Promising
who
Young
pretends.
Woman?
Yes.
Was it good?
It was wonderful.
Really?
I really liked it.
Okay.
Did I just say wonderful? I mean, it was really good. It was a really good movie.
This is now a movie podcast.
Yeah. No, I liked it.
Yeah, I wanted to see that one.
You should.
I've heard it was good.
It's interesting though, because they call it, the description is a romantic comedy.
But doesn't she kill people?
It is not a comedy at all. I may
Yeah.
have giggled once or twice. Remember those cookies in the 80s? Giggles?
I have no idea what you're talking
You
about.
don't remember Giggles from
What is it?
Nabisco Ding? No?
I remember the slogan, Nabisco, but I don't remember giggles.
Giggles were, they were probably around until the early to mid 90s. It was a shortbread cookie.
Okay.
Almost, it was a
You got me
sandwich.
there.
It was a sandwich cookie.
Yeah.
And there were different faces cut out, like, so there was it was two eyes and a mouth.
Yeah.
And it was cut out, and it was cream inside. So it was vanilla, or it was chocolate, or it was vanilla chocolate
Ooh.
cream. And it was called Giggles.
Have not seen those, have never even heard of those. I really love the moon pie ones.
Those aren't cookies, though.
Yeah, they are.
Moon pies are. It's
You're
in.
going to stop the recording. I just know this is
It's
going to
in
happen
the
again.
description of the item. It is not a cookie.
Yeah, I guess you're right on that one. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. I just don't think. But I love moon pies. They're so delicious.
They are pretty good.
They're so bad for you, though.
You know what? Anything that's good is bad. Does that make
I
sense?
guess you're right.
Oh, I was knocked over a bowl of nothing. Here, listen to this, Andrew.
What, Scott?
It's coming.
What's coming, Scott?
I like new Giggles cookies because they've got two kinds of cream inside. He likes Giggles' funny faces. There's fudge and vanilla cream in each one.
Stupid kid.
I love
I
that
can't
you're
believe
just
how
watching
good
it.
this-
I'm literally
New
looking at
Giggles
the back of a
cookies.
computer.
Two kinds of cream in each funny face.
Are you gonna eat that?
It looks like you've enjoyed the commercial. I've just heard a child laughing.
Remember that?
I love the old Nabisco thing.
Ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, it was cookies, and they just had some kid just laugh.
Yeah.
Stupid kid.
Well, you could see why that didn't last.
Oh, no, it lasted a while. Oh, this dumb computer. What else you got, buddy? Well, we were talking about something else, and I interrupted with Giggles cookies.
I was talking about Godzilla versus King Kong. We were talking about Promising Young Woman.
Yes.
I don't know how Giggles came into the conversation.
I really don't either. I
Just
don't.
goes to show you how random it is.
Yeah.
That's bowl chat for you.
Mhm.
Good old bowl chat.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, while we're doing bowl chat,
Yeah.
I need something to put this on.
Okay.
What can you put there?
Look, it's done. It's done.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you. It's gonna fall, but
Yeah.
So, I bought something for us that we could just kind of snack on around the bowl.
Okay.
Yeah. Where'd it go?
Is it right there?
No. It's cereal related, even though this is not the cereal podcast. Look at that.
Remix!
Yeah, it's s'mores.
Yep.
Golden Grams remix.
Do you know what I had recently that I found out I love? Crepes. I've never been a crepes guy. Gotta
Never
tell
had a
you.
crepe before?
I don't think I've ever seriously dove into a crepe.
Have you ever had a blintz?
No, what's that?
Those are spectacular.
What's that?
Well, I mean, it technically is a crepe, but it is, you find them a lot in Jewish delis.
Mm-hmm.
They are, I don't know how to explain it. It's a tubular looking thing, oblong, I guess, maybe oval almost, and it's crepey,
Mm-hmm.
and it's filled with usually sweet cheese. I don't know if it's not ricotta, but it's like it's sweet it's sweet cheese. I don't know how else to explain it. It's
Sweet
delicious.
cheese, yeah.
It looks like ricotta cheese, but I don't believe it is. And you put it in sour cream or whatever, and then they also have ones filled with cherry or apple or potato. I like those as well.
So it's almost like a pierogi crepe hybrid.
Yeah, I would say that, but you don't really see cherry pierogies. But it's
I love a good pierogi.
yeah, stick your hand out.
Okay.
Yeah. One of our listeners actually suggested that we sit around and eat snacks while we bowl chat.
Oh, I could bring a snack next time.
No, I
For
don't
Cinco
want-
de Mayo, we should have done potato chips.
I didn't realize it was going to be Cinco de Mayo until right now.
All right.
So.
Tortilla chip.
Potato
yeah,
chips.
I gotta tell you, don't play the chips theme.
We don't play that on this show.
No, we already have, I believe.
Oh.
I gotta tell you, not a fan of eating just dry cereal.
Yeah, because, at the end of the day, it's still just cereal.
It is. Just without milk.
They're repackaging stuff as snacks left and right.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
Also, I know people, we went out to dinner recently, they eat the cereal plain, they pour themselves a bowl, and drink a cup of milk on the side.
That you would do with giggles, not with cereal.
I don't get it. I wouldn't dive into this as a snack. I wouldn't. I don't, this doesn't make sense to me.
It might be different just because we are cereal. I'm sorry. I am a cereal aficionado, so I don't really eat cereal as snacks, but some normal, regular, non-cereal people might just be like, people eat it for dinner.
Yeah. I mean, I know people eat it for dinner, but this is I don't know. This is dry. It's like a Chex Mix, but not in all the way Chex Mix.
Dude, it's not even close to Chex Mix. Chex Mix is savory.
But what I'm saying is,
there's nothing Chexy about this at all, except that it's made by the same company. That's it. Oh,
No.
what company is that?
Can I see the bag really quick?
No.
No, I just have to see it. I think I see something on it.
No. It's okay.
Okay, let's say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Put-
Post.
No, it's General Mills.
General Mills.
That's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, it's General Mills.
Look.
I said it. I said that. I meant that I need to post myself to General Mills.
I got it. What else you got, Andrew? Let's roll along because, I got to get a parking ticket here pretty soon.
I've already probably got one because you didn't tell me.
Yes.
Here's a good one. Do you like spicy foods?
I'm not a fan of spicy foods.
Yeah.
However,
Okay.
my wife Amy over the years has gotten me to eat spicier things, and I applaud her for that because growing up, I'll just say my family was pretty bland. There was not a lot of spice on things.
Mayo was a spice?
No, but very little salting and no. I enjoyed food growing up, but I enjoy it more now because of spices. So there are some things I like. Like last night we went to a taco place.
Ooh.
Dirty Taco.
Okay.
It was delicious, and I had some crazy spicy carnita taco. Right, carnita? Yeah, it's pork, isn't it?
I liked your little accent on that. We had a carnita
No, because
taco.
it's Cinco de Mayo. I got to tell you, that's something that kind of makes me annoyed.
What?
Like, people will be talking, straight up, so, how are you today, Rolando? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They add the accent in the middle of, a full-on,
Yes.
very, very,
Yes.
English-sounding sentence,
Yes.
and then they just add an accent to
That
something.
would have been like when I was talking about crepes, being like, Scott, you know what I found out I love? Crepes.
Yes.
I love crepes so much.
Exactly. I'm like, if that's not how you always talk, Don't just add it in for effect.
Yeah, the same thing goes, if I were talking about when we were mentioning crepes, if I went to pierogies.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it always makes me stop and be like, I don't know if you think it sounds smarter, but to me, I'm confused.
Yeah. You just add a tilde to something while you're talking that you wouldn't normally add a tilde to.
Yeah, I also can't roll my R's, so I've
No, me
always
neither.
felt like I've been jaded by that. Like in Spanish class, they'd be like, roll your R's. And so it'd be like, señorita, but that's how it sounds like to me.
Did you have a Spanish name in Spanish class?
Andres.
Andres.
Yeah.
Mine was Sergio.
What?
So I was Sergio. Soy Sergio. Hola.
Your name was seriously Sergio?
Yeah. And in Hebrew school, it was Shalom.
Wait, okay, so what would my name be?
In Hebrew?
Yeah.
Aleph? I don't know.
Okay, this is going to sound real dumb.
I don't know how they do it.
Oh, okay. So I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
even
Just
ask.
because like my name started with an S, they probably gave me an S thing name. I don't know.
An S thing.
So
name.
Aleph is A. It's the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. So maybe you'd be Aleph because your name is Andrew.
I actually like that name. It's a fun name.
Yeah, isn't it?
Aleph.
Aleph.
I like that.
Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Nun. I kind of remember it a little bit. I was very bad. I got kicked out of Hebrew school for a year.
What?
That would be the equivalent of like CCD, right? Catholic, whatever. So you go to Hebrew school for like 6 or 7 years so you have your bar mitzvah when you're 13. And I was so bad in school because I hated it so much. I used to throw stuff out the window, and it was terrible. And
You were that kid.
I was that kid because I hated it. I'm sorry, I hated it. And I got kicked out of Hebrew school, but since my parents paid for it, they couldn't really like kick me out. So I had to help the art teacher. Like I would fill the paint cans and stuff like that for art class. That's what I went. Mr. Tabor. I went to him every day because I wasn't. I kicked a hole in the wall in class, and I pretended that the Sylvanian family was living in there, and I had a whole thing like. Dude, I was such a mess. You have no idea. That's where Cooper gets it from. That's why Cooper talks to herself, and she goes to electrical outlets and goes dee 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 and talks to them because it looks like a smiley face. Look at an electrical outlet; it looks like a face. So, yeah, there's that.
Was this in the same year that you tried to get out of school? So you pretended to have you pretended to have an illness and went to the hospital?
It's right around that time because that was 4th grade, and you probably would have started Hebrew school by 4th grade for sure. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all around that time. That was my childhood, we're going to tell you.
Yeah, you were a very imaginative kid.
Yeah, then we went to the Poconos and bought pineapples and M80s and blew up tree trunks.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, well, they had a flea market in the Poconos. It was the Pocono Bazaar flea market.
Okay.
And they sold everything there. You could get anything. And there was a fireworks stand. And every weekend we'd go to the Poconos and buy fireworks at the Pocono Bazaar flea market, and I would smuggle them home. You know, because when you were in the 80s, you could just walk around by yourself. Nobody cared. So my parents would be looking at some, vase, and I'd be at the fireworks stand loading up, and they'd be selling this 10-year-old kid pineapples, which were really strong M80s.
What?
They were like double an M80.
What does a pineapple firework look like?
It looks like a quarter of a stick of dynamite.
I'm going to Google this.
Yeah. And so I would take them home and put them in like spaghetti sauce jars and light it and run away. And shards of glass would shoot for miles. We were terrible kids.
That sounds so terrifying,
Yeah,
actually.
and then we would make anus balls. That's what we would call them.
What? What the hell is an... Oh,
What?
you lit, like, legit fireworks that do things like this?
No. It was a pineapple. No, it didn't look like a pineapple in the sky. It was a quarter stick of dynamite. Yeah, it was that.
So this.
Yeah, it was that. It was
Oh,
that.
my God.
Yeah, and an anus ball, we would cut tennis balls and we'd put shaving cream and firecrackers in them and throw them in the street and light them. We were terrible children, Andrew, with no supervision.
I feel like that's the 80s.
Yeah.
And somewhat of the 90s.
Street lights went on, went home for dinner. That was it.
Yeah.
We heard the fire alarm, went home for dinner. Every night at 6
The
o'clock.
fire alarm.
Every night at 6 o'clock, the fire alarm would ring one time, and you'd know it was 6 o'clock. That was a thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's actually really smart.
Yeah, it was.
Well, do Cooper and Ashley play outside or no?
They do. They play out in the back, but they're playing on their devices in the backyard. I'm just happy to get them outside.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like my sister, I feel like every time I eat dinner with her now, she's on her phone. Like if we're just eating dinner, and I'm like, I don't really, truly, outside of this podcast where I sometimes check my phone, Sometimes. I do not pick up my phone when I am at dinner. Ever. I don't like it. I feel like it's very rude to
It's
be at a table
incredibly
with
rude.
somebody and they're on their phone.
Once we finally have a kitchen table again, because we've been in construction hell
Mm-hmm.
for the last 3 months, there will be a no device at the table rule.
Smartest thing you could ever
Yeah.
do. I'm fine with keeping my phone down, maybe checking it once, but like sitting there texting, unless it's like you're getting some real big news, it's really not that important.
Yeah, I mean, so like back in the day when I would sit at the kitchen table with my parents, I would take out my beeper, and turn it over so it would say hello or boobs, and that was me playing with my device.
That's basically my high school experience with calculators.
yeah.
Everybody would just walk around and be like, heh heh.
Yeah, well. And then two-way pagers came along, and whoa, that changed the whole landscape.
Yeah, no, we didn't have those.
Those SkyTel pagers.
We did not have any SkyTel pagers.
Well, I mean, that was in the mid to late 90s.
My dad had a car phone. I specifically remember his car phone. That was a great time.
My dad had one too, I remember, and he would drive down to Florida because he was always wanted to drive, never flew. He drove down to Florida when he had this car phone in his car, and back in the day, you were roaming. So you couldn't just call their number. You had this giant fat phone book of all these cities in the entire country, and you had to guess where they were.
Yeah.
Oh, he's about 12 hours in the trip. He's probably right around somewhere in Georgia. So you'd have to look up and hope that you'd get them in that cell area. You'd call that number, then there'd be like a tone or something. Then you would dial their phone number and hope they picked up. And it was like $18 a minute because it was so ridiculous, these roaming charges. He'd get mad when I would call because this is expensive.
Meanwhile, you're calling just to be like, I lit a firework. It's called an anus.
I blew off my finger. But yeah, so I mean, cell phones have come a long way.
Yeah, I mean, even when we would go to Italy, it would be like, don't answer the phone. Don't even look at the phone. Take the battery out of the phone. Because if you bring it and you turn it on, you don't even know the roaming charges.
But even your landline phone was like that. When we were kids, you had to wait till after 6 o'clock on the weekend and wait because it was off peak hours or something like that. It was actually really expensive to make a long distance phone call.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're under, I don't know, 30, long distance was a thing.
Yeah.
You couldn't just pick up the phone and call. You had to dial you still have to dial an area code now, but long distance was expensive. You had to be careful when you called because and you had to watch your time too. You couldn't talk to grandma for more than 5 minutes because that was a $30 phone call.
When our Italian relatives would call on Christmas, we'd always be like, and of course Italian relatives are like, Buon Natale, for like 6 hours, and after a while you're like, we're getting charged now, gotta go by.
Yeah, one sentence is like 45 seconds.
Yes.
Exactly. So
it's just a little much, and then we love them, but now talk for free and you FaceTime for free.
Plus they're probably dead, so you don't have to call them.
No, there's a lot of Italian relatives. They live till like 110 now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's
but
not
it's
like
still, I mean, it's still more expensive to call another country. There's no doubt about that.
But you don't even need to now because you could just do it over Wi-Fi.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't think of these
iPhones
things.
changed everything.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's all FaceTime.
Yeah. Why would you need to make a phone call?
You're right.
I mean, I still do make phone calls quite often.
What, but do you have a landline in your house?
No. And I always say it, my job would be so hysterical if it was the 90s. Like being someone's assistant, I'd have to be like, hey, Elvis, here's my landline.
Yeah. We have 2 landlines.
In my Verizon bundle, originally they were like, just get the home phone line. You don't use it, but it makes it cheaper.
I also think that it's important to have one just for an emergency. You never know when some crazy catastrophe will happen.
Yeah.
Cell towers are out, whatever it is, storms. Yes, your landline can get knocked out too, but when like cell phone grids are overloaded because it's some crazy emergency, your landline is there. And I put what?
This is the commission for the landline.
I'm just saying, like we have one underneath Cooper's bed and one underneath Ashley's bed.
Cooper's bed?
Just in case there's some sort. What if some prowler comes in the house and they're hiding under the bed and there's a phone under there so they can call 911 and go, help! I'm trapped under the bed. Please help us. I've told them how to do that. Why are you making a face like that?
Like, did you make them watch a horror movie and be like, this could happen to you?
No, but it's just you don't want to like teach them things after, God forbid, something happens. You say, hey, just in case this ever happens, there's a phone under your bed, just in case.
I mean, in premise, it's not bad. It just seems very like
doomsday-ish.
Yes.
Sure, but be prepared, Andrew. Why do you think I have a basement full of groceries? You never know.
I mean, we always said if the world is ending, I'm going to my mom and dad's house. Their pantry is stocked.
Do you remember how everybody made fun of me after the extreme couponing thing, which I was on, season 1, episode 13?
It's been a while. Thank God you could mention your extreme couponing episode.
Technically, it's episode 13, but they call it episode 12 because for some reason they had an episode 0. So that didn't make much sense to me. But anyway, everybody made fun of me after that my pantry was stocked full of stuff. And then, oh, I'm sorry, did a pandemic hit and you couldn't get anything?
My mom was the same way.
Everybody was banging down my door for toilet paper.
Yep.
We had plenty of Charmin.
My mom was the exact same way. She was buying stuff in January. It's so weird that we're talking about the pandemic when it happened like literally just a year ago. But yeah, she was stocking up on toilet paper from January.
Well, not literally, because it's much more than a year at this point. It's
Well,
a year and like 3 months.
Yeah.
Right?
Crazy.
It's a year and a third.
Yeah.
Oh, no, a year and a quarter.
Right now, I was still living at my parents' house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Crazy.
much cheaper, isn't it? Saved a lot
No,
of
because
money.
I was still paying rent.
You were paying rent? Oh, in Jersey.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
It's dumb. And then I re-signed my lease while I was in a pandemic.
Listen, man, if you can go live with your parents and not pay rent for a while, go do it and
Yeah.
save some money.
Seriously,
You might
especially
need
nowadays.
you might need a vacation someday.
Yup.
Wish I had that saved up.
Yup.
We'll go, Amy. I promise. We're gonna figure it out. Maybe we can get Sandals to sponsor this podcast.
Love that idea.
Then we could do a live podcast from the beach.
Listen, I'm all for that.
What's up, Sandals and beaches? How's it going?
Wink.
All right, we're long, man. Let's get out of here.
Alrighty.
We both have parking tickets at this point.
Yay.
Thank you for listening to episode 4
Yeah.
of Bowl Chat.
Of Bowl Chat.
Now, please make sure that when you post this, it says Bowl Chat.
You know it
And
does.
I just want to make sure. I don't want people getting confused.
They're not. Trust
Somebody
me.
that came here to talk about Cinnamon Toast Crunch and hears us talk about long-distance phone calls, I don't want them giving us a bad rating. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Bowl Chat is our bi-weekly Wednesday series, so welcome. I guess goodbye soon. But yeah, make sure you listen to a new Serial Killers episode next Monday.
This Monday.
This Monday.
This coming Monday.
This coming Monday.
Next Monday would be a week from this Monday.
Okay, well, yeah, every Monday is Serial Killers.
Every Monday.
Every Monday, where we review and talk about serials.
And fight. And fight. And fight.
We
and
haven't
fight.
been
and fight.
fighting
and
too
fight.
much.
Fight, fight, fight. Fight, fight, fight. The Andy and Scotty Show. What's that from?
That is Simpsons, the Itchy and Scratchy Show.
Very good.
Haha.
All right, Nelson. Let's go, everybody.
Alrighty.
Have a great day.
Clink.
See you Monday. Clink.
I don't know if that's going to
Do
catch
I make
on.
the sound too?
Yeah.
No. All right.
Do it.
Okay. I just
Clink.
did it. I did it. Clink.
Okay, gotta go. Bye.
Bye.